You know what I realized?
What did you realize?
This is adventure time.
Explain?
We have basement princess.
Okay.
We have god princess. We have hands princess.
Oh
we
my
have ghost
God.
princess. This is adventure time.
When do we find the lumpy space princess? Oh my god, you're right. I never even considered it that way. I can't you know what? You figured it out, sport.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to chapter 3 for the first time.
Notably, the beginning of our chapter 2 of this series.
Notably the beginning of part 2 for us, yeah.
Yeah, here we go again. Off to Slayer. Again.
We're doing max murder this time, right?
Yep. The deck's stacked, isn't it? We kill her, we start again. She kills us as a goddamn ghost, we start again. I'm starting to think we're being run in circles just for the sake of it. Come on, let's not give in to all the misery just yet. There's got to be a way out of this. There's got to be a right answer. And what if there isn't? Aren't you listening to me? What if all of this was rigged from the start? That's ridiculous. There'd be no point if all this was just some sort of cosmic busywork. I think that's exactly what it is. The powers that be, seeing how many ways they can screw with us. Could be it's all some kind of sick joke to them, some I have no mouth and I must scream scenario.
Oh, that sounds pretty awesome.
But wouldn't that get, I don't know, boring?
Not if they're creative with it.
Okay, so you've already been here twice. Twice even. Great. Then let me poke a few holes in your depressing little theory. Nobody here is screwing with you. And I can't imagine any scenario where you would have started over after slaying the princess.
Well, we didn't have to start over.
We killed ourselves.
And why, pray tell, did you do that?
Because you decided to foist an infinite tedium upon us.
That, I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't sound like me. If I had everything my way, you would have effortlessly slain the princess, saved the world, and be given your happy ending.
The ending was the tedium. You locked us in a cabin and sent that cabin into an endless void, and then you told us we were happy.
What? Well, were you happy?
Of course we weren't happy. That's why we killed ourselves. It was awful.
It was boring.
It was bullshit.
So you killed yourself?
Yeah, and then she killed us.
And then we killed her, and then she killed her, and we killed we, and boy am I glad that she's in there and we're out here and...
Come on, this isn't the time to turn this into a YouTube poop.
Even though she was already dead, this is all fake.
Okay. Let's try to get back on track here. You are real. The princess is real. This world is real. The people in the world are real. And the danger she poses to all of them is also, quite unfortunately, real. So whatever you did the first time, it sounds like it almost worked, so how about you give that one last try, sport, because killing yourself seemed to undo all the good that you almost managed to accomplish.
And why should we help you? So you can just lock us away forever again? No, I don't think so.
Tell you what, I won't do that. I promise.
Oh yeah, sure, that changes everything. I mean, he did promise. And you believed him? Ha!
All this standing around and talking is boring. Let's at least do something. Maybe we'll kill her again. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll even free her.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
It would. I guess we'll just have to see what happens.
Thankfully, you all aren't the ones actually making the decisions here, are you? You know what you have to do. You have to slay the princess. You have to save the world. Nothing matters more than this.
Don't play by his rules. Everything here is rigged. Everything here is changing to whatever's convenient for him. Even the woods are changing.
That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading and the world has already started to end.
Her influence?
I really shouldn't have said that. It'll make your task more difficult, but now that it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job. All right? Yeah, you were quick to accept that we've been here before. Killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well. Going to fall through this loop forever eventually. We're going to let her out. Might as well do it now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. Want to start with asking about...
Sure.
You need the same narrator we met on the other loops. You were quick to accept that we've been here before. If I had to make a wager, I would say yes and no.
That's a hedge, not a wager.
Okay. I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met in all of those other beginnings. But their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate. So, yes, I am the same me. But ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different.
Not sure we're supposed to kill him ourselves, but he's asking for it. Maybe there's some way she can take care of him for us.
Okay, they've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it. It's like speaking to the player, right?
Yeah.
Right? Not like even voice of the hero. He's clearly speaking to the player. Or whatever creature we're... Because there is a you.
Yep.
In the game. Killed her and killed by her. Might as well let her out. Might as well let her out this time, right? Shall we try this one?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so you are making a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even this path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't, and you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating.
Getting Nietzschean on us here. Eternal recurrence.
I read a book or two, all right.
How convenient. Everything always comes back to what you want us to do. I'm sick of him. Makes me want to end the world out of spite.
On second thought, let's not kill him. Let's throw him someplace that never ends. I'd like to see what that does to him.
And what happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option. Then she finds a way out on her own.
Of course she does.
So standing around out here is the same thing as us letting her out, huh?
Only we don't have to see her. That's got to be better, right?
No, it is strictly worse.
But she can't kill us out here. Why would staying out of killing distance be worse if she's getting out regardless?
Because it's cowardly, for starters, and because the unknown is always worse than the known. But Really, all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options. The only solution worth considering is slaying her. And whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you've already managed to enter in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
How are we supposed to decide on anything if you just keep on coming up with new rules? Since when is there a wrong way to slay her?
Alright, well, we're doing maximum murder, right?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
you continue down the path toward the cabin. It isn't long before you're steps away from your destination. I don't think you need any words of warning. I think you know what's in there. And despite your protestations, I think you know what you need to do.
The more he talks, the more I'm interested in setting her free.
Whatever. You don't want to listen to me? Do it then. Let her out. See what I care.
Sounds like someone's about to crack, huh?
You trying to use reverse psychology on me, or have you just given up?
Yeah.
You really want to ask that?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. There's obviously no point in trying to reason with you right now. Especially with all of these clowns offering up their useless advice. Honestly, it seems more like the more I try and talk sense into you, the more single-minded they get about letting her out. So, yes. I am done trying to argue with you.
Would you look at that? We won!
Take that however you will. Then to the cabin. The interior of the cabin is long and dark. A single narrow hallway stretching far into the distance. Curtains billow out from tall windows on either side, obscuring the path forward, fluttering helplessly as opposing gusts of wind rush into the building, clashing and joining and driving everything forward. The only furniture of note is Huh. That's strange.
What's strange? Is it the mirror?
The mirror? No, there isn't a mirror. What is strange is that there isn't much of anything in here at all besides the curtains. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
Great, something else has been taken away from us.
So the only way to go is forward. So, forward we will go. Blade or not, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Let's pretend there's a mirror.
At the end of the hallway, and that right now we can't see behind it. What's there? What's behind it? If you're asking what's at the end of the hallway, it has to be the basement.
The way to the basement? Don't you mean door?
No, I didn't say door, because there isn't a door, it is just an opening.
What are the odds she's waiting for us right behind it? If I were running a bullshit factory, it's what I'd do.
Okay, let me assure you that there is nothing there. Nothing is going to jump out at you, and certainly not the princess. The princess is in the basement.
You can't see the mirror. The knife is gone, defying his expectations. Who the hell's calling the shots here?
Yeah, what does it mean that he can't see the mirror, but that also the mirror isn't there? Because every time we try to interact with the mirror outside of that one part at the very end, right, it doesn't work. So what does that mean?
I don't know.
No one is calling the shots here. That's how reality works. You slowly make your way towards the gaping maw that awaits you. Your fraying nerves buzz with trepidation, the chill wind raising your hackles as it gently pushes you forward toward the darkness at the end of the hallway. You can't shake the feeling that you are being watched.
Always been watched. They're watching us right now. Sometimes the feeling is just stronger than the others.
I feel like you're trying to put us on edge. We don't need all this anticipation. We just need this to be over.
You stop as you reach the end of the hallway, I presume in front of whatever mirror isn't actually there.
Here we go.
You reach your arm forward into the pitch black of the opening.
Nothing, huh? It's like this place read our mind just to mess with us. What you looking at, killer? Staring into the void, thinking about what it'd be like to die again. I know exactly how you feel. Shit, where is she?
You feel something long and frigid coil around your ankle. Your heart skips a beat, standing in muted shock for one long frozen moment, and then she, the princess, constricts. Your bones snap. Icy pain radiates up from the break, a deep cold flooding your veins as your legs, numb with the shock of it, collapse, and you collapse with them. You're met with the terrifying visage of the princess. Her hand grips your leg in a steel vise, her grin carved jagged from ear to ear, crowded with far too many long and crooked teeth.
We should, like, see a podiatrist, I think.
Yeah, that
doesn't look good.
Yeah, that
I think they have creams for that.
I get like a topical.
Yeah. But do you know how I feel? I gave you a path to forgiveness. I gave you a chance to make things right. I thought maybe you'd see what you've done and feel remorseful, maybe try to make it up to me. But no, you'd rather use that knife to keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Even after I ripped your heart out, you still cut me. And for what? I didn't go anywhere. You didn't banish me. I'm right back here with you. A little better, a little worse. Well, maybe a lot worse. So here's how this is going to go. I'm going to take your body, and I'm going to walk it out of here.
Not on that foot, you're not.
And you get to watch me do it. Completely helpless, just like you left me.
I say we let her do it. It's something different after all.
Do we even have a choice?
You always have a choice.
Maybe before, but not now. There isn't a blade this time. Exactly. What choice is there if there isn't a blade?
Well, unless you have any specific ideas, I think my vote's on the only one that counts.
Look, we're even now. I killed you, you killed me. We're water under the bridge, right? Never wanted to hurt you. I don't even know how we got here. Victim in all this too, you know. Wouldn't possessing me against my will make you know better than me. You don't have to be evil. You don't have to do this. You need to take my body? Can I just open the door for you? That's fine, actually. I came here for you. Struggle. I feel like we're maximum kill right now, right? Right, so...
I guess that puts us in struggle.
I think that puts us in struggle. You violently struggle against the princess, but all you manage to do is grind the fragments of your splintered ankle together. You can't shake free from her now.
It's so easy to make you squirm, but I won't be crueler than I have to be. Wouldn't want to cause any more damage. It'll be hard enough for me to walk out of here on that broken ankle.
You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Why do you have a chest, but then also bone arms that are attached? I don't know what's going on here, friend. You remain pinned to the floor of the long hallway as the rest of the princess's body emerges. Her proportions all wrong, limbs bent, curling, moving in ways that defy your understanding. Her torso stretches until her face is practically touching yours. Her neck cracking audibly as she twists to look at you from a fresh angle.
Has anyone ever told you your hat is cool?
Cool hat.
What is her hat?
It looks like something a Dark Souls enemy would have on.
It kind of does. It looks like a... I don't know what's going on there, right? It looks like a hood, but also it's got like this weird grating on the top of it. I don't know.
Are you sure you can't do anything to help us? Can't you, like, manifest a rock right on top of her head?
And crush you along with her? Not that I even can manifest a rock. Besides, I thought you all wanted to free the princess, huh?
Not like this.
You don't even have a weapon, so I'm afraid you're out of luck, which unfortunately means that I and the rest of the world are out of luck as well.
And whose fault is it that there isn't a weapon here?
Yours, I assume. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Whatever you did in those previous lives of yours, you really fucked up.
Are you seriously trying to blame this on us?
Your vision fades as she tears open the membrane of your soul.
Gets up.
You're awake. Eyes once again fixed on the long hallway, your vision swimming as the princess's command reverberates inside your skull. Her voice is all-encompassing. You feel wrong.
I said, get up. It's so cramped in here, like there's some sort of growth trying to push us all out.
Yeah.
I know. You rise to your feet. The pain in your ankle is blinding. Your body slumps against the wall, desperately leaning into it for support.
There's another option, you know. Oh, and what's that? Don't help either of them. Flip the table. And how would you do that? You don't have a will to wield. Your soul has been drained of courage. That gap where the mirror was, I don't think it goes anywhere. Let's throw ourselves into the abyss. You wouldn't dare move. Now.
Your body, still slumped against the wall, trapped between the princess's overwhelming will and the blinding pain of your splintered ankle, takes an excruciating step toward the cabin door. The movement is stiff, your body reduced to a marionette, pulled reluctantly along by your strings.
It's not that bad. The pain feels good, because I know you feel it too.
Well, we're doing maximum murder, right?
Yep.
In a single moment of overwhelming willpower, you tear your body from the wall and hurl it toward the gaping abyss.
I won't let you do this.
Capillaries burst and muscle fibers tear as you and the princess struggle over the reins of your body. One foot planted firmly on the edge where the floor ends and the nothing begins. It is unquestionable that her reserves are greater than yours, but fortunately for you, the distance you have to cover is far shorter.
Enough is enough. I'm tired of us always losing. It's just a step away. Even if you throw yourself into the abyss, you still lose.
But this way, everyone loses. You throw everything you have against her and manage, for one brief moment, to overpower the princess's hold on your body. But that moment was all you needed. Your foot slips a few inches and you collapse forward, the darkness swallowing you whole.
Why do you hate me?
Her thought slips through you unheeded as you fall and fall and fall.
What an end, but at least it's ours.
Empire of frigid nothing.
I don't think this qualifies as saving the world, but at least you didn't ruin it.
What happens now? What do you mean, what happens now? You wanted this. But I want to know what he thinks happens now. I don't think you're going to find that out.
Oh, yeah, why's that?
You should pay better attention to your head. He left. Gone. It's just you and you and you and me. Like that one game. With the space cat or whatever.
Yeah, with the space cat.
Idiot.
Was it a space cat or was it a god cat?
Something. He's gone, but...
Terminal velocity ceases, and you feel something, a mass of growth, torn out of you. You and the princess look at each other for a short moment.
What? What's happening to me? Yoink?
You. But you don't answer her before she's gone, and you feel resistance underneath your feet once more. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? Interesting, that first one.
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
That's really interesting.
Shall we go with that?
Yeah.
I would have kept them in the dark if I were you.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. So you're the real puppet master here. Can't believe I tried to help you.
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. Oh! 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 You find yourself in the long quiet once again.
Ah.
Ha! You're at the cabin.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gifts fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What does it feel to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself.
You know at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? Want to go back? It's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Interesting, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. We didn't try.
Yeah.
You guys have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Oh, we can do that at the end.
Yeah.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closed around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
These paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Oh, so the game prevents you from seeing too much stuff that you've already seen before. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met, thank you. Or you've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met, why? Just thank you.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You were the only thing I know that isn't me. What you want me to bring next time? Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry, there are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
I also like how there are elements of the last version of her, but it's still clearly based on the one we just brought.
Mm-hmm.
But with all like the divine arms as well. And any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is loneliness to seething. She could not find her strength in others, so she found it in herself. She will make for a driven heart. Do not mourn her, she isn't alone anymore.
So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
That's a lot of responsibility, friend. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. Uh-oh. Mouse friend die.
Is it plugged in? Is this the thing where the other end is not plugged into the computer?
Yeah. Oh, technical difficulties! Technical difficulties! Unplug unplug the gauntlet. Friend. How does your thing keep falling off? Oh my god, technical difficulties resolved. Got mouse back. Thank you, Viv. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
There is a hurt that dwells in them, but they are not me. They are thoughts and perspectives. They are feelings that inform my being. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I cannot be as I was before. There are new spaces that I must fill.
Attack the entity or destroy your body. I see no... I don't feel malicious. I know we're doing maximum murder, but...
Yeah, but we already did our maximum murder. Runs over.
Yeah. Runs over. That run was scuffed anyway. How many more vessels do... Nah, we'll know when we know. You ready?
Yeah. I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. The hero and the princess. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Sweet. You want to fuck off this time?
Yeah.
Okay, seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave. Do you even know where you're going? Okay, fine. You're persistent. I'll go to the cabin and slay the princess. Ugh. Fine, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to the princess. Maybe I'll slay her. Maybe I won't. I guess we'll see. Lie. Yes, I definitely know where I'm going. Nope. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm not going to the cabin. Should be okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Gonna walk in the opposite direction now. Quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. I don't know. If we're doing maximum fuck off, do we just ignore?
Sure, let's try that.
Okay, fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Ignore that little annoying voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, well, that's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything is back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
My brain is going like, is this like the toxic love story of two reality warpers where all of reality bends to their perception and they can't die and just experience these same things in a loop while their perceptions of each other change each other infinitely and they become different than what they are?
I don't know, because the only characters here that seem to remember everything are us, the player, and the princess entity, not the any given princess.
Yep.
Turn around again?
Yeah.
Okay, so you seem really keen on wasting everyone's time. It is remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I have already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever. I don't care, I'm not killing a princess. Good, maybe everyone should die. It's what they get for dumping me in the woods and asking me to kill someone for them. Not emotionally blackmailing me into this. Quietly continue down the path. Maximum fuck off.
Don't like it? Hit the bricks.
Don't like hit the bricks. Your silence is deafening. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path that you came. Oh, and would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I do have to say, it seems like the universe, capital U, itself, is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. So fighting this, I have to go in, don't I? Oh yeah, I guess I'll start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm going to just keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this. But we can't be quiet this time.
Yeah, let's pick that second one. Let's keep...
Oh yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction. Again. In fact, I'm going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find a way out of this place. There is always a choice, but let me tell you right now that you are making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corners of your eyes, glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of the light.
I like the music slowly getting weird in the background. It's reminding me of like Everywhere at the End of Time a little.
A little bit, yeah. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be.
Wait, what's going on?
But you are too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spent aimlessly tromping through the wilderness, but it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends, and everyone dies.
Hey!
Hey! We made it to chapter 2! Somehow.
The stranger, because this will be our first time
not having met her.
Not having met her, but being on a second loop.
You're on a path in the woods. At the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Is there a wall on the side of the path?
It looks like
now?
there's a wall there, doesn't it? Okay, no. We're doing maximum fuck off, right? Oh, we can't just maximum fuck off.
But we can stay in the woods forever.
How about just, okay, no.
Yeah.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
If he doesn't remember what happened, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience.
You know what's funny? I was thinking the exact same thing as...
Yeah.
The entire world ending wasn't enough to get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object. I wonder what else we can do to ruin his day.
Okay, so if by ruining my day you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you can pull that off.
The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we know, we just got lucky.
The world hasn't ended yet, and you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Those walls weren't here last time.
No, they weren't.
We should say that.
Those walls weren't here last time. You can't just force me to go to the cabin. What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, someone might have gotten lost, or, heaven forbid, someone other than you might have stumbled onto the princess.
Well, let's stay in the woods forever.
You want to go lie?
Yeah, let's lie.
Yep, okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that princess. You know that I can tell you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. Oh, it does bring us there. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Well, if we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
Let's keep an open mind.
I didn't want... Okay, well... Fine. There are no wrong answers, right?
Yep.
What?
Seems normal.
Normal. The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors all projected across what is almost the same space, but it's all shifted, an inch here, a foot there, enough that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense. The only furniture of note is the plane table. Its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. And up perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right.
Well, hey, if he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust, or better yet, grab it and just throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyways?
No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
I've already told you what you're dealing with. You are dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise to you?
You can't just say that, not when everything here is so wrong.
Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts, and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess, and through that action, save the entire world. And if you are going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's gonna happen if we lose ourselves, huh?
In the moment, the music, you better never let it go.
You only get one shot. Nothing. Because you are going to pull yourself together. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm.
How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
I'm not going to stop doing my job. So you're just going to have to get better at yours, and quickly if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but, well, we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird, right? What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't that hard. Just accept everything that has been put before you.
Okay, I'm fine.
Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall?
We should look at ourselves. Wouldn't that be fun?
You wouldn't be looking at yourself because there isn't a mirror. There's the table, the blade sitting on the table, the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There definitely isn't.
You insisting it isn't there just makes me want to look at it even more, you know.
Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done?
Let's look at the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It is a wall. There isn't much to see here.
This really isn't funny.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
But it was there a second ago.
Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We will find it again, and then we will see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Let's not take the blade.
Because we're maximum contrarian?
Yeah, and we took the blade both previous times.
All right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs seem to even go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. The kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. I don't know why I feel the need to get in this, one little gotcha every single time, but I do. Her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill? Nope. No thank you.
Oh, don't be such a baby. Come on.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward, and whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we'll know one thing for sure.
And what's that?
That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day. Harsh stairs to the left. Take the center staircase, take the soft stairs to the right.
Let's take the soft stairs.
Really? Alright, I was gonna say center, but we'll go to the right.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you, and you don't feel like there's any concern that you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in. At first it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all, but soon enough you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight. The softness threatens to swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into the comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose your sense of self the further you go on. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endlessly repeating patterns and emotions of the journey, a continuous march toward a destination long forgotten. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity, and at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay? Oh, what the hell was that? What happened to us?
I feel so strange, like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you are here.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down.
You are here to...
He's just being an ass. We remember, though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit. Try and get our bearings. She seems normal. Sorry, didn't realize I was here. That's okay. Sometimes I forget where I am, too.
The shadows recede, revealing the princess's face.
She's so warm and friendly.
It's deception. Don't buy into it.
How strange. So, why are you here?
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures, And where there once was just one of her, there is now another.
Oh, we can do that?
I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back?
Like you said, you said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened the last time?
Does it matter?
Well, yes, it matters, but okay, I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you are going to be so fucking irritating about it. Seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. And if you'd only listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality... But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them, if it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, but you need to do it now.
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Let's just keep being normal and nice.
Yeah.
What's your name?
You can call me Princess if you'd like. Princess. Getting down here was weird.
Getting down here was weird, like I was pulled apart and put back together again. Do you know what happened to me?
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. That's the only manga I know, but you look like you could be in it. But I understand.
Got a real pirate vibe going on, do we?
Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here, but at least now you're not alone, and I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
There's more of you now. I don't think we call attention to it. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here? You apparently thought that the world is sent to slay you. I'm just going to try and get you out of here, try to free her. I don't know what you are, but I can't trust you. I can't trust anything here. Leave her in the basement. Retrieve the blade. Why are all of these highlighted
Probably
at
some
once?
sort of bug.
Is that a bug, or is that
Presumably.
or is that because there's 3 of her? It's a...
Presumably a bug.
Do we want to ask her anything else?
I want to ask, there's more of you now. Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here, so if you need anything, I'll do my best. I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what is that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again.
I don't like where this is going.
Neither do I, which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are.
How would we even do that? Where would we start?
Always start by retrieving the blade.
Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs.
Well, that's where your blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go back and get it.
Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? The point of asking questions if all we're gonna get are a million answers.
I can't even follow what's going on anymore.
We need to get out of here. This whole place is making me itch.
Well, let's try the I'm getting you out of here. Think.
Oh, we don't want to keep asking?
Oh, we can do you want to ask those? Let's
Yeah,
do
for
it.
all I know, you were locked up here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen, or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster, and the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been a part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been one option. That option is slaying her.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it if that's what you want. This place is hell and it's only getting worse.
Maybe it really is doing all 3. Regardless, let's try on getting you out of here.
Wait, that's not right.
Go on.
You were right, I was wrong.
Yeah, I thought it might be a thing because given how this area is working. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying at a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to anguish alone. This is what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess.
But we can't.
Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now.
No, I don't. Because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating.
Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all
Falls apart?
I think he's gone.
We were never going to salvage this, were we? What happens to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and the others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable. Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this.
How surprisingly sincere.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences is all.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it? Please.
It's going to be okay. I will do my best. I don't think you're supposed to be fixed. No. You just destroyed everything. I'm not going to fix you. Say nothing.
We'll do our best.
I'll do my best. Oh. And into the multitude you go. But you'll never know if she hears your reply. She's gone. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You always get scared. But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is gonna be the end of everything.
Yeah, just don't look at it. I don't like that thing. Ugh.
It's not the end. Whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. See you on the other side is going to be okay.
Gonna be okay. Okay, if you say so, we'll trust you.
You're not messing with us, right?
You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin. How you doing?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once, in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. How can you stand to be a contradiction? Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you think of this vessel? You know that at the end of this, we're going to kill you, right? Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Figured out what you'll want when we're finished. Do you still not care about what I bring next? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? How can you stand to be a contradiction?
Yeah. As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul. You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existent. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many times we go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse. Nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the certified 8 PR answer.
Yeah, that's
right
the
there.
correct answer. We're going with it. It says that your heart is gentle, that even in the darkness you are guided by compassion.
So what do you think of this vessel?
These ones are a contradiction. A winding kaleidoscope of paths unwalked. They are stretched into a shape not unlike me, but it is a shape they cannot hold. They will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
Do you know what happens to the worlds we leave behind? Did we ask that last time?
No? My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
Have you figured out what you want when we're finished?
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge.
Fair enough. You still not care about what I bring you next?
I care about your gifts, but I have no preferences. You have your responsibilities, and I have mine.
Okay. So you don't have any preferences on how you like to change or grow? Did we ask her that question last time?
We did. We can ask it again and see if the answer's different. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to contemplate the gifts you bring me.
Fair enough. All right. Ready to go back?
Yeah. I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. All right. How about this time? This time, let's sit down and chat.
Yeah?
Let's just fucking talk it out.
Yeah, let's just talk it out.
Let's just talk it out.
No sword, just a good old heart-to-heart.
Good old heart-to-heart. Should we bring the sword with us to... No, because...
I would not have a heart-to-heart with someone who was clutching a dagger.
Yeah, but how would we get her out?
We'll figure it out.
Okay. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is the cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her, and if you don't, it will be the end of the world. There's no need for it. We've already done all these explore options before, so let's just
go to cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin, and you'll find the princess within. Next time we should try just sitting and pouting in the walled eternity. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, thanks.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light from the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there? It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all a part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. Hi. Not here to... Do we want to, like, explicitly come in, I'm here to save you, or just go like, hi?
We can do hi again. Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There is a lot riding on you here.
Hi, do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Do we want to talk about it first, or just straight up try to free her?
Let's look at the chains, at least.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key. Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And
if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
Any other ideas? Maybe there's some way to break the chains. Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Huh.
Interesting.
Let me out of here. Try the door. Try the door.
Sure.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. Hey, let me out of here! Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Easier for whom?
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together. Whoa!
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. She rips her flesh from the bone. A sound comes behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it is now.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Let's save her.
Yeah.
Ugh. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound in the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened. Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
All right, let's get out of here. No, no. We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Yeah.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it! Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. Resist?
Yeah.
The blade! Move the blade! As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches toward you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony, but you aren't dead yet.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done for her sake. Oh no, sorry, that was the voice of the hero.
Okay.
Shit, sorry. My bad. For her sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
Apparently not, although it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out. She's not a lefty. Can you blame her?
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
It can't just end like this, right?
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It is over. Everything goes dark, and you die. How the hell is that going to change things this time? We try to help her out, and the narrator fucks us over. Narrator? I think we're going to have words with you, friend. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You are here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Well, I guess we go to the cabin.
Do we? Can we turn around and leave at this point? No, because we want to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to help her. Do we want to call out the voice for being a fucking bastard?
We can. I think we've done that.
Yeah, all right. Oh, are we? Because last time the voice hadn't, like, the narrator hadn't physically manipulated.
We've seen I'm wise to your tricks.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it wasn't in one where the narrator had manipulated things, but it's an option we've seen and interacted with, I'm pretty sure.
Fair enough. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
Voice of the smitten.
Voice of the smitten.
The smitten.
The smitten.
We need, what's it? Do I have a good smitten voice? I'm
I've
not
got
sure
a good,
I do.
You got a good smitten voice? I got a good voice for a wife guy. Nah, if only you knew what you did to us, you villain. No, is that too far off the rails? Do you have a better one for smitten?
I don't know. I don't think I do.
If only you knew that you did this to us, you villain.
Nah, let's go for maximally recognizable but maximally silly wife guy voice.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Excuse me?
Forget he said anything.
But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart. but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Last time? What are you talking about?
I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task at hand. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You will need it if you want to do this right. Do we want to check the mirror this time or just go?
We can just go.
Yeah, I feel like the mirror doesn't change much.
Yeah. It does vanish, though, on the
It
way
always
down.
vanishes when the door opens, which is funny. I don't know if it's meant to do that. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it is still a stone basement. The princess lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice...
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love.
Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you are not in love. Just remember that her charms are all a part of the manipulation. Did she somehow get, like...
She became anime?
She became like anime. Her eyes were already anime big, but now she's actually anime. Her dress is more frilly. She's a little bit more demure this time, right? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit is plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try to kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remained unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before, so an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is that you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world, but everything reset.
Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else, and you can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. Ugh, this is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you, though. Just do your job. Killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? What happened after I died? I had to ask, did you end the world after you killed me back there? Sorry what happened last time. The narrator sent me here to kill you, took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Sorry about what happened last time.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters. She took that in stride, to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
You know what? I never considered that, actually. She doesn't. There is no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him always trying to drive her to violence.
What happened after I died?
Yeah. You died, and now we're talking.
Okay.
But before we started talking...
Did the world end? Did you end the world? Do we want to ask her that?
Yeah. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Oh, shit.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession. I have no feeling. I don't want the world to end. I have no feelings of one way or the other about the world ending. Honestly, the world sucks. People are plagued, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all, or remain silent.
We don't want the world to end because it's got our darling in it. Then I didn't end the world.
See, she didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
I'm not so sure.
I do not like people that are just like, yeah, what do you want me to think, huh? Unless it's choosing something to eat for fucking dinner. I get wanting people to have their own opinions, but when it comes to, we just need to make something to eat, I don't have strong preferences on this. Make a decision! Ah!
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why'd you do that?
Do we...
Yeah. I'm sorry, didn't you want me to? Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved after all, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, show us mercy, and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again? I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip them right out, and no harm done.
What? What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why would she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you are right. This is extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she is a monster who is not to be trusted. Go ahead and slay her. Okay, maybe that line of reasoning I don't agree with. No. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step toward the princess,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain the titanic depths. And if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would. I'm a wife guy.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. Well, I'll be damned. We're doomed.
I can't believe it, but I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, anime princess. The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. Only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Did her breasts get bigger?
Absolutely.
The dress keeps falling ever more forward.
What do we do now?
I don't know, anime princess. Her eyes got even more big. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
We leave, and when we have our whole lives to figure out what to do. Let me guess, end the world.
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I've wanted before. She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world?
You are so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave, and I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know, what do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. What are you feeling?
I want you to tell me what you want. I just want to make you happy. Getting progressively more...
Grim. Yep.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
There must be something... Wait, but...
What would make you happy? I want something more than just making me happy. But you need your own thing. You can't just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. I want you to make me unhappy. Do you want to end the world? Or if you want to leave, we could just... This isn't like... Let's just get out of here.
But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. Okay, if that's what makes you happy. Is she broken? What's
do you see
going
her hands?
on?
She's getting more and more...
Yeah.
What is going on is that she's lying to you. Only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
What would make you happy? I just want to make you happy. This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
Honestly, if we could get her even less.
Yeah. You have to want something more than just making me happy. Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy. Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
Oh! Oh, man! The fucking oh face. You don't get the chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
No! She was our perfect match!
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
We're just going.
Yeah.
We've already said everything we're going to say. You approach the mirror. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. Can't wait to go see Anime Princess. You're at the cabin. I like how the arms look like a fire.
Yeah. There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I'm curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
Yeah. It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist. You know what they say, the nothing itself noths.
I do appreciate when the nothing noths. Any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her, she has served her purpose. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken? If I did, I would already be awake.
Fair enough. When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are going to finally have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself.
I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do you need?
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Huh. This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want is to see what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
Even if the last stage before your completion that I'm not going back, I'm going to stay here?
Let's say that. Let's see what happens. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. Let's wait. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine. What? What?
What?
What?
The game?
What?
The game closed itself?
All right. Well, next time?
Wait, hold on. What happens if I boot it? Next time? I guess? You know what? We'll boot it up next time. If something happens, well, when we boot it up, we'll figure out what it is next time. So, hey!
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.